Node 2105.
Okay, 3 JD.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, testing. VK3 JED KJ7 OMO, am I going through?
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, this is VK2WAY, you are.
All right, VK2WAY KJ7 OMO, thank you for the report. Good to hear your voice on the air again. This is KJ7 OMO, and we're going to begin the net shortly. Alright, KJ7OMO, back to let y'all know that we are now going out through VK2ROT. KJ7OMO, standing by for the net.
Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, VK2WAY, just confirming I've got you two, just making sure all the paths are working. Back to you.
Yep, roger, roger. I can hear you coming in through All-Star.
That's good to know, because I'm coming in on DMR, so if I'm coming out on All-Star, all my magic is working. Always good. Well, anyway, sending back the net, VK2WAY.
Alright, KJ7OMO coming in via System Fusion. Yep, I can hear myself through the All-Star, so I think everything is good. KJ7OMO standing by for the net, which will happen in about a minute from now. Yep, looks like the YouTube stuff is working, so that part is good. Alright, we shall begin. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. My name is Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar is my call sign, and my pronouns are she, her. I am your net control operator for this net. This is a round table, general discussion, and rag chew net, and all calls should go through the net control station. This net meets every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, which we so happen to be on time. Feels so good to be on time. Before we begin, do we have any emergency or other priority traffic? If at any time there is an emergency, please say break, break, and we will assist you. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA+ community as well as their allies to hang out over the airwaves. This net, as well as the network it's hosted on, is open to all licensed amateur radio operators. The Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for all to learn, experiment, and enjoy radio communications by encouraging, promoting, and supporting diversity with the wider radio community, sharing our experiences and learnings with the community, and celebrating and embracing Pride on the air. For more information about the Pride Radio Group and how to join, plus gain access to our Discord chat room, head on over to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Or check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you hate us, of course. This net is being relayed on the various nodes, talk groups, and reflectors of the Pride Radio Network and affiliated systems, as well as various RF repeaters around the world, and is also streamed live on YouTube via my YouTube channel by searching for my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, as well as Broadcastify and Icecast. For more information about how you can connect to this network, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org, which is an awesome piece of software that lets you see the call signs being populated in real time and all that stuff. So yeah, check it out. It's really awesome. Alrighty, before we begin this evening's net, or for those of you who are in Aussie time zones, this afternoon, noon, or late morning net, do we have any announcements or other items of business for the net and the Pride Radio Group? Alrighty, now the fun part begins. It's your most favorite part of the net. Let's see if we have anyone out there wishing to check in. Let's first start off with mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. So if you're mobile, don't have much time, or if you just simply want to pop in, say hello, and then pop out, please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically, please.
Playing from Kimberly's A21S.
Alrighty, do we have any mobile, short on time, or in and out stations? Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, let's open it up into anybody, anywhere. Anyone, anywhere. If you'd like to check in, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically.
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. I'll say again, Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee.
Zulu Lima 2, Radio Oscar, All-Star Node.
Alright, we have the usual suspects. Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Zulu Lima 2, Romeo Oscar. Anyone else out there wishing to check in, come now with your call signs, please. Alrighty, let's begin going through this list. I encourage all folks to let your pronouns be known so we get to know each other a little better. VK3JED, you're first up on the list. Hey Tony, how's it going? KJ7OMO, mic is yours.
Everyone, just going in an All-Star for the log pronouns he, him, as most that I regularly talk to know. Anyway, a nice sunny afternoon here in central Victoria. I had a couple of nice days. The cool breeze I've had the last yesterday has moderated, and it's definitely good weather, but it's not going to last. We're expecting rain tomorrow. As for what else is happening, finished my winter season, had my last longer distance event on Friday afternoon. The 5K ended up being the fastest one for the year, even after taking into account that the course was possibly short and running the numbers, it was still the fastest, even if you let the GPS tell where the 5K was, which was a bit longer. So good end of the season. Back to the shorter, what I call the sensible distances on the track next Saturday of the new season. And I logged some insane speed at training yesterday. I had a look and went, whoa, that's quick. Hopefully the figures are somewhat real. I'll know when I run next week. The only way to know for sure how I'm going is to actually race, and no other way gives an accurate enough picture. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the Group VK3JD.
VK3JED, KJ7OMO, well that sounds awesome. Good to know that you're running around the place, and if I understood correctly, it looks like I'm assuming that you're preparing for some kind of competition. Well, I hope that goes well, but if I got that wrong, well, I still hope your running goes well, because I know you like running. One of these days, I need to get myself into shape so that I could run. Who knows, maybe outrun you, hi. And as for storms, we had a brief one yesterday that dumped an awful lot of rain. Fun times, but now it's dry again. Well, kinda, sort of. Still kinda humid out. Anyways, VK2WAY, hey Jared, how's it going? KJ7OMO.
7 Oscar Mike Oscar, thanks for that. This is VK2WAY, and hello everyone. Good to hear you all. I'm going to keep this over short because I am pedestrian mobile via ROT. I will be back on races in a moment, back on DMR, and lots to fill you all in on. So stand by for my next over. Otherwise, it's a beautiful blue sky day here in Sydney. Not a cloud in the sky. The sun is out. Low 20s Celsius, perfectly comfortable t-shirt weather, just glorious. So more from me on the next over. This is VK2WAY, back to net control.
My Jared, that almost sounds like something an airline pilot would say. Hi. That sounds like beautiful weather indeed. Though it is going to become a scorcher pretty soon, so enjoy it while it lasts. ZL2RO, hey Phil, how's it going? KJ7OMO, the mic is yours.
KJ7OMO, ZL2RO, and good afternoon everybody. Weather-wise here, oh god, we've had some real big storms, lots and lots of rain, heavy downpours. Now it's sort of trying to fine up, but temperatures aren't that warm. Nothing like VK land anyway. Yeah, look forward to talking to you, Jared, later on. And yeah, I'm still playing around with my repeater. I'm using up one of those SDR dongles to get the deviation down, but I can only get it to a certain point and that's it. So still having issues, but not sure if anyone has advice on that one, but it is what it is. So coming through an All-Star, just using my 51, ID51 into my All-Star node. And yeah, so back to net control, and yeah, all good over this way anyway.
ZL2RO KJ70MO returning. Yeah, I would have no idea. Almost sounds like with the deviations thing, makes me wonder if you've got your things set to receive a narrowband FM signal, and whatever that is transmitting a wideband FM signal. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, I'm not sure. And anyways, there was something else I wanted to comment on, but it just left my mind. So rather than spinning my wheels and going around in circles trying to think of it, let's take a poke out there in Radio Land, see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in to the net? Come now with those call signs, please. This must be the land of the crickets. Back to you, Tony, VK3JED, KJ70MO.
Yeah, technically it is cricket season next week. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game, literally. Yeah, and you were right, there is competition. Well, for me there is most weeks usually on a Saturday all year round, but yeah, it's track season, so get rid of the longer distances. I've got a 100 and a 400 next Saturday. This would be the first test of pure speed I've had for 6 months, because the only way I can test is to actually race. But that's the start of a 6-month-long season that will finish at this stage on the last weekend in March. There's possibility that something may come up that may extend it by a couple of weeks, but at this stage, last weekend of March will be the end of it. And yeah, as I said, logged something insane yesterday. According to the watch, and you've got to take it with a grain of salt, but it was saying consistently getting to around 35 kilometres an hour. Was those sort of the 22 mile an hour mark for you lot over there. I hope that's true, but I suspect it's probably a slight, a few percent overestimation. But yeah, I'll know against the photo finish. As for other things, radio-wise, yeah, just keeping an eye on things. I have to consult with Jared at some time when they have a bit more time. A couple of finer docker points to go over, and yeah, and a few other things just to try and complete the migration. I really want to shut down the other two servers when I get an opportunity. Anyway, KJ70MO with the group, VK3JD, also in t-shirt weather.
VK3 JED KJ7OMO. Yeah, your conversion there is correct, and I think if you're running that fast, then you would almost break. Then you're approaching a record-breaking territory there. I think the record is just over 23 miles an hour. Don't know what that is in kilometers. So yeah, you're getting pretty close to matching the all-time record. So yeah, keep it up. You never know. Maybe you'll be wind up being on the Guinness Book of World Records. Anyways, as for the radio thing, yeah, I'm also looking to finish migrating my server as well. So yeah, you and Jared, we both need to get we three need to get together and get that done. Get your server fixed up, get my server fixed up, and well, yeah. Anyways, we'll toss that mic over to VK2WAY KJ7OMO.
Hello, Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar and the group. This is VK2WAY returning from my balcony on DMR now. Let's see, I had a couple of things to note in there. Yeah, wow, Tony, that is getting pretty fast. I did have a comment, actually. Yeah, T-shirt weather? Question mark? That's unlike you. Hi. I'm sure there's very little on down there. It's getting warm enough for that. Otherwise, let's see, radio-wise, little. Yeah, not a lot. Yeah, so happy to answer some Docker questions this afternoon on Discord. That's a good relaxing time for me. It's been up too late. My late have been deployed on Kubernetes, utilizing GPU inputs, and yeah, they're quite a step up from where I was writing Docker files anyway. So it's been a learning curve for the last week for me. I've learned lots, which has been fantastic. You've all been seeing a bit of the project as it's unfolded, but yeah, still not sure where we're taking it. The backstory was that watched too many friends dumping too much cash at Midjourney for what I considered to be pretty average service, and knew I could do better. So initially it started as a group of friends who were just going to share some compute resources, but yeah, it ended up being API first, which means I have another group of friends now building some really nice apps on top of the APIs I'm building, which means we're probably going to commercialize those apps and see if we can keep a framework kind of accessible for devs and artists as well on the side of that. So, yeah, lots of AI and been a lot of fun and a lot of learning. That's probably enough for this over, and more from me next. KJ7OMO, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY KJ7OMO. That sounds exciting. And I've got my mother just blowing up my phone, but, well, I can't really answer it right now because I'm doing the nets. Anyways, she'll probably come banging on the door if I don't answer it. Anyways, ZL2RO, it's your turn again, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, ZL Turo. I just sent you a couple of photos of something, so sorry if that upsets you. And yeah, VK3JED, ZL Turo. Yeah, so you do a lot of cycling, does it? Sounds pretty cool. My 9-year-old's right into his sports. He does cross-country running, harriers, BMX competitive riding, gymnastics, football, now hockey, and futsal, indoor soccer. So he's a busy boy. But yeah, not much else to report on, but I'm really keen to hear about Jared's AI stuff. That sounds really interesting. Really, really interesting. But yeah, daylight saving starts starts today, something like that anyway. But yeah, means we'll have some longer days. Same for VK, I guess. And tomorrow is a Memorial Day for the Queen. I think you guys in VK land are doing the same, aren't you? Tomorrow, possibly. We've got ours tomorrow. A one-off public holiday, so that should be interesting. Back to you there, Kimberley, net control, KJ7OMO, ZL2RO.
ZL2RO, KJ7OMO, and I see what you sent me. It looks like some really good looking lamb that you bought there, lamb leg. I've never had lamb before, so yeah, but I wouldn't mind trying it one of these days. But yeah, that does look good, and it looks to me like you've seasoned it up pretty good, and you're about ready to cook it. So yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, you might as well just show that to the rest of the group there. I did throw the pictures up on the YouTube stream. Anyways, and Australian time zones, does that mean that y'all are going ahead by a certain amount, or like an hour or something, or are y'all falling behind? I'll let, let's see, yeah, this whole time zone things are confusing. Anyways, let's take a probe at Radioland, see if anyone else is out there. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Let's get some more check-ins for the Pride Radio Group Net, also known as the Worldwide Pride Net. KJ7OMO standing by for more check-ins.
Comment?
Alright, comment station, go for it.
Sorry, Kimberly, KJ7OMO, VK2WAY. I'm still picking my jaw up off the floor that you've never tried lamb. That's all. Back to net.
Gotcha. Well, one of these days I'm gonna try it. Before I explain what I tried so far, let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the net. Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, it doesn't look like we had it. Wait, did I just heard somebody come in? Let me drop. No, that must have been a glitch. But yeah, I haven't tried lamb, but I did try goat and enjoyed it. And I also tried bison and I enjoyed it. So yeah, those are the two exotic things that I've tried. Tossing the microphone back to VK3JED, KJ7OMO. Take it away, Tony.
Yeah, okay. And the speed. First fill, no cycles, no. That's sprint speed I'm talking about. Athletics, track and field, the 100 metres, all that sort of stuff. And while on that, Usain Bolt was routinely achieving 44 kilometres an hour, around 27, 28 mile an hour. So I'm a long way from that class. still in my age group. I'm at least at state level, but yeah, in terms of compared to the open age elites, yeah, running at probably, well, slightly over 3/4, age graded at about 82% at the moment, but I've got a feeling that percentage is going to go up this year. Yeah, adjusting for age from 82 to hopefully a bigger number. Yeah, there's a lot of statistical stuff that goes into that. Yeah, and well, if I'm around a bit later, we'll have a chat on Discord. This afternoon's a little bit funny and up in the air, and I'm about to head out, and yeah, I just deciding my options as to what to do. But I'll be on the net for a little bit. Anyway, 7 OMO with the group VK3 JD.
VK3 JED KJ7 OMO returning. I don't have much to say at the moment, so we'll toss that hot microphone over to VK2WAY KJ7 OMO. Take it away, Jared.
Thank you, KJ7OMO, VK2WAY returning. Yes, so firstly, to continue the AI conversation, yeah, I will be doing a live tomorrow night on something. Details will go out shortly. A Q&A on what we're planning to build. But to avoid too much self-promotion on amateur radio, I won't talk about the details on air too much. But yeah, other than having a lot of fun learning and experimenting with inference at scale and AI models. So yeah, new frontiers for me, and thoroughly enjoying it. But on the topic of sports and records and achievements and things, last night I did my largest crowd ever, just under 51,000 folks watching my screens, which was a lot of fun. It was the NRL semi-final, preliminary final. Big ones next week. More on that in a moment. So yeah, my biggest crowd in a venue I work fairly regularly on my favorite big screen, the 1 square kilometre of pixels at a core stadium, and yeah, change of station for me from the graphics, still graphics and titles console to the venue takeover, what we call the Great Southern Screen operator position, which basically has the power to control the venue. If I press a button, it goes out over the top of everybody's screens. So that's used for things like try and goal, and the player headshots when they do something good, and the countdown to kick off and all those kind of things, including the venue lights, which I could make sparkle or twinkle or turn off completely for the dark moment. Lots of power. Ha 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 ha. No, it was a lot of fun though. So a step closer to my Olympic dream. The bigger crowds mean I'm more likely to work something like an opening ceremony in Brisbane 2032. Anyway, KJ7OMO, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Thanks for that long over, because I could not ignore my mother's phone calls anymore because she kept on blowing my phone up, so I finally just gave in and answered it. Anyways, I wasn't able to pay attention to what you said because, well, I had my mom on the phone, but anyways, the call just ended just in the nick of time, so, anyways, ZL2RO, we'll toss the mic over to you, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, ZL2RO. Oh, it's actually not that warm here at all. Hang on a second. Yep, back again. I was going to tell you what the temperature is. Where are we? Oh, 13 degrees C. Feels like 12 degrees. So it's not nice at all. We've just come out of a pretty bad weather bomb cyclone, torrential rain, lightning, real cool thunder. Actually, I took a video of it. I should find it and post it. Cell phone will be either. I've got to trim the rest of my dog. He needs a bit of a trim, so electric clippers. See what happens. Anyhow, good net, and I'll be listening. KJ7 El Tuaro.
Alright, ZL2RO, KJ7OMO, sorry, but a gremlin popped up on the network on my end, and it basically killed out your audio there, so I did not catch any of that. Could you run that by me again? Back to you.
KJ7OMO, ZL Tuaro, our copy now, over.
I copy, yeah, this one gremlin every now and then it'll show up while somebody's in the middle of transmitting, and it'll just knock the audio out on my side, and only my side. Back to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying it's about 14 degrees C here. Not very nice at all. We're just on the other side of the big weather bomb that we had, thunder and lightning and real crazy weather in the last few days. And I said I'm just going to have to pop out. I've got to finish off grooming my little Jack Russell with the clippers, because at the moment he looks like a poodle. And he ain't a poodle, he's a Jack Russell. So I'm going to brave the weather outside. It's just not very warm, and do that. But I will be listening and enjoying the net so far. KJ7OMO, ZL Tuaro.
Alright, ZL2RO, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, well, have fun taking care of your little cute little dog there, and I'll mark you out as checked out, and you're more than welcome to check back in anytime, and we'll put you back on your current spot. Alright, folks, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. This is KJ7OMO. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically if you'd like to get on the list. Alright, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in? Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, Tony, VK3JED, microphone is yours again, KJ7OMO, take it away.
Okay, Kimberley, and I've just put my repeater onto an antenna for test. I'll be on the net for a while longer, pedestrian mobile, in a minute. We'll see how that goes. It looks like we have a plan. Anyway, it'll be interesting to be out talking. And, I forgot to mention that the daylight savings time we don't go ahead this weekend. New Zealand jumps a gun by a week at this time of year. We go next Sunday. We transition to daylight savings. And, yeah, so that's that one. And, yeah, as for the Memorial Day for the Queen, we had that on Thursday here. We actually had a 4-day weekend because Thursday was the Day of Remembrance for the Queen, or Day of Mourning they called it officially. Friday was Grand Final Eve holiday, which is a regular one for yesterday's AFL Grand Final. We had our big footy game down here yesterday, so that season's over, and I actually did watch the Grand Final. It was a suitable time of day, so sat down after training, put the feet up and watched the game. And then, yeah, here I am today. So KJ7OMO with the group VK3. Oh, and by the way, before I do hand over, yeah, good on the AI stuff, Jared. I've seen a little bit of it on Facebook, and it's quite impressive. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JED.
Okay, VK3JEDKJ7OMO returning. Okay, so the following week, y'all will set your clocks forward, while in November we will set ours backward, with the exception of here in Arizona, where we've never touched our clocks since the 40s. So, alright. Well, it sounds like things
Playing
are...
from Kimberly's A21S.
Shut up, Alexa. Anyways, that stupid thing keeps popping off every time my phone goes off. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, it looks like we're gonna have some time zone confusions for a while until we work things out. Anyways, and, oh, yeah, it sounds like every now and then you're hitting your nose there, Tony. Just letting you know. I mean, I can still hear you, but I could definitely hear the fading in and out as if we're on HF. Anyways, VK2WAY. That AI thing is quite interesting. Speaking of AI thing, I've been playing around with that AI thing that generates pictures based off of what you type, and I find that really fascinating. Microphone is yours, Jared, KJ7OMO. Jared, are you still out there? Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, I think we lost Jared, so we'll check back with them in just a little while. Alright, let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically if you'd like to join the conversation. Alright, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs, please. Boy, oh boy, Tony, normally we have a lot more people than this, but tonight is not a very good night. Back to you, VK3JED KJ7OMO.
Just quickly, I hit the DMR bug on my end.
try that, the KJ7 RMO with the group. VK3 JD, just about to head out and walk. The repeater's on an antenna. I am on DMR talk group 969, so I should have it pretty much all the way out to where I'm going now that I'm on an antenna. But of course, time will tell. Yeah, next thing to do is start the watch. I think I'm recording it. So yeah, we'll get going. So yep, that's ready. A little bit slower. Anyway, yeah, I think this is the first time I've actually, certainly this year, done a full-scale DMR test on RF. I did a couple last year, but yeah, first time this year. Yeah, take the 2 metre DMR off to do it though, which I used to go via another local repeater. Anyway, here KJ7 RMO with the group, VK3 JD. Seems everyone else has run off on us.
VK3 JED KJ7 OMO returning. Alright, well, we'll see how that RF works. Exciting to know if you'll get the range that you're looking for with that. I am also looking into getting myself a mega hotspot going, and I did have a repeater builder board, but for right now it's been sent out for repair, so hopefully I get that back soon and I can get a mega hotspot going and be able to use all the modes from across the town if I wanted. VK2 WAY, I heard you come back in there. KJ7 OMO, microphone's yours, Jared.
KJ7 OMO, VK2 WAY returning. Yeah, I hit the DMR preamble bug that sends me off into the ether for a whole elaborate long over, only to release the PTT and find out that Tony's talking. Anyway, are you getting me now? Just quickly, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, Jared. I'm receiving you loud and clear. Go for it. Alright, see you around.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, KJ7 OMO, VK2 WAY returning to the group, to the Pride Radio Net group. Let's see, what was I saying? I had delivered this all over before, not knowing I was going to the ether, so trying to recall what I said. I have invited you all to the beta test group for Arteme, the project we're kicking off. So yeah, more information there. I know I'm pretty noisy on my own Facebook, but that's kind of where our project's centralizing. And we will be doing a live tomorrow night somewhere where I'll do a Q&A and on things as well, I think I mentioned before. The grand final, Tony. We watched it on about 8 screens in our control room because it was on right before we went. And we had both network commentary, and we had the broadcast director in our ears as well if we wanted. So we had a fair bit of information going on during that. The one thing that did put our team to ease a little bit was having a laugh at the fact they had 2 screens fail on the stage during the halftime show. There was they had LED panels around the stage showing some pretty graphics that matched the ones on the side of the pitch as well. And the screens failed, and that always puts our team to rest, knowing a show bigger than ours had an oops earlier in the day. But as for the result, most of the team I was working with worked with us more regularly. It was over in the first 5 minutes. Unfortunately, the Cats were just the better team on the day. And yeah, it's a shame. It wasn't the most amazing game available to watch. Let's just put it that way. And it was disappointing for us red and white folks up here in the north of the AFL lands. But yeah, it's good that Sydney made it there anyway. Season's not over. Grand final was yesterday. That was men's. I'm working women's next weekend still at Henson Park for, I think it's Giants first one. So that should be a fun one. It might be Hawthorn. You better check. Anyway, back to you, KJ7LMO in the group, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY, KJ7OMO, returning. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, you'll be kept quite busy with all that, that's for sure. Alright, we are at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to join in on the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as Pride Radio Group Net. If you'd like to join in on the conversation and make your presence known, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Aye, we need to get some more, we need to shake the tree up a little bit, you know, shake them out of hiding, you know, yank them out of hiding somehow. Come on, people, don't be shy, don't be shy, I promise we're not gonna bite. Pick up those microphones and say hi. We'll put out another call for more check-ins. Come now with those call signs, please.
VK3JD is back.
Well, it is awfully quiet out there. Over to VK3JED KJ7OMO.
Yeah, having to switch to Droid Star. Something went wrong with DMR. I don't know if it was on the RF or the network side, so I just shut down the transmitter, put it back on the dummy load, sort it out when I get home. So, yeah, I'm on Droid Star on the phone there. And, yeah, got a lot less facilities, obviously. But anyway, it's working. Just a pity I can't shut the display off and save battery. It'll disconnect if I attempt to do that. One of the Droid Star annoyances, but it'll work. And I'm going in on M17 now. Everyone else has disappeared on us by the sound of it. KJ7OMO. And probably not a group, VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, we're gonna have to shake that tree a little harder. I'm almost tempted to use the @everyone ping thing on Discord just to really shake them hard. Over to VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Jared, did you hit that DMR preamble bug again? Back to you. It sounds like the gremlins have gone after Jared's radio or hotspot. We'll give them another shot here. VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Are you able to transmit now? It looks like Jared's system has succumbed to the gremlins. Oh no, we're gonna have to send a rescue team out to to obliterate those gremlins from their radio system. All right, we'll check back with Jared in just a bit. All right, let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, which is also called the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And this is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins.
Hi, VK2WAY via ROT.
All right, Jared, I knew you'd figure out a way in. Luckily, you're still checked in. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs, please. All right, we'll toss it over to Jared, VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Now that you're back.
Oscar, Mike Oscar, and the group, VK2WAY returning. Oh, yep, and I'm coming out DMR2, that's good. Coming in on ROT, my hotspot dropped off the internet for a moment, DMR only hotspot. So problem exists here at QTH, not in network gremlin at least. So, yeah, purely affecting me. Oh, good, that sounds really good on FM today. Sorry, I'm listening to myself. Usually coming in on this radio out FM from my balcony is less than ideal to ROT, so something magic is working today. That's always good to know. Now, if Tony had any comments on the game yesterday, I missed them, unfortunately, but yeah, watching it, it was hard to watch for a group of Sydney folks. The Cats played really well. It was kind of over in the first quarter, and yeah, a little painful to watch. So yeah. Anyway, the Cats have a well-deserved victory there, I must say, and yeah, I'm assuming Tony would have been supporting those rather than the posers from up north. Sydney coming down to try to take the gong home. Back to you, KJ7OMO, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY KJ7OMO, sounding fairly decent on FM there. Alright, so it looks like the gremlins have attacked your internet connection. Yikes. Oh boy. Hopefully those gremlins will be kicked off your network so that you can get back on. Good hearing you from, good knowing that you have a backup way to get in. So awesome to have the Waverly Amateur folks, allowing us use of their repeater systems, and I'd like to thank them a whole million times and then some, which of course I'll thank them again at the end of the net as always. We'll toss that mic back to VK3JED. Oh wait, before I do that, Let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to check in. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is KJ7OMO, standing by for anyone wishing to check in. I've shaken the tree a little bit on the Discord. Let's see if anyone else out there is wanting to check into the net. Come now with your call signs, please. All right, we'll toss it back to VK3 JED KJ7OMO.
Yeah, I'm silly. Just making some pretty good ground. Certainly in that last round, I got more than 800 metres or half a mile from when I last let go of the button. So, yeah, I get around a bit when I walk. I probably should have taken the t-shirt and just gone for the singlet too. Starting to get a bit warm in the sun here. So, yeah, a little bit of oddities going on. It's, yeah, quite a nice mild day. Anyway, all good. Yeah, certainly a nice day for a walk. And will I make it? Yeah, he's going around the corner anyway. Just negotiating a roundabout. No, the game, yeah, I prefer a closer game, to be honest. I actually didn't really have sort of a favoured side. I was just there to watch the game. And I was hoping for something a bit closer, but yeah, pretty much from the word go, Geelong were just a better side. Can't take anything away from them. Bit disappointing for you guys or you people, I should say, up north. Guys, girls and others. Yeah, that's football for you. Anything can happen. I also expected a closer game too. Yeah, Geelong just put the pressure on and kept it there for 4 quarters. And when the side does that, they're pretty hard to beat. So, full marks of Geelong, just on their football abilities. Anyway, I did enjoy it. I missed the last 2 years because they were on too late in the day, but they're back to the 2:30 p.m. time slot, which is perfect for us. KJ7 over the group, VK3 JED, probably managed over 200 metres. Yeah, actually looking back, 250, 300 in that over.
I can definitely tell that you're running and having a good time at it. Boy, I wish I can run, but I'd be lucky, just absolutely lucky if I could run from here to the mailbox and then drop. Wait, I wouldn't be lucky if I drop. But yeah, I'd be lucky to run from here to the mailbox and maybe a small part of the way back before I eventually drop. And that's probably about, I don't know. I want to say maybe probably the equivalent of maybe a full wave 80-meter random wire antenna, I guess. Anyways, over to VK2WAY KJ7OMO, and I'm quite horrible at estimating the measurements in metric. So, if I were to say in feet, probably about 150 to 200 feet from where I am is the mailbox. KJ7OMO sending it to you, Jared. And it looks like we got somebody else about ready to check in. But you first, Jared.
VK2WAY returning. Still some DMR issues here. Yep, coming out on DMR, but not coming in on DMR. That's weird. I will look into that some more. But what was I going to say? Oh yes, you Americans will measure things in anything but the metric system, right? That's about a football field, isn't it? I think no, that's in yards, so wrong measurement. Oh well, yep. How many giraffes is that? KJ7 Armor, VK2WAY.
And I'll check out on I think they're shut, but I've got to do some coordinating here, so I'll check out for now. May or may not get a chance to pop back later. I thought they were still open on Sundays. So, yeah, 7-3 for now. KJ7RMO, the group VK3JD.
Alright, Tony, I'll mark you out as a checkout. 7-3 to you. Have a fun run, and if the net's still going, feel free to stop by again. And, Jared, very funny, but yeah, that's kinda true. Americans don't really like metric, even though we are covertly using the metric system in some partial way. But yeah, I would love to actually learn the metric system and learn how to visualize something in metric. I mean, I want to. I mean, I do want to learn the metric system. I mean, I use it a lot in video games. If I'm in a video game, I could be able to handle the metric system fine. But in the real world, I'm clueless. So I want to learn the metric system in the real world. So yeah, I'm definitely interested. And we have Kilo Alpha Zero Papa Uniform Papa on the Discord wanting to check into the net. So let's see if KA0PUP is on the network. KJ7OMO.
This is Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa, hearing you loud and clear.
Alright, KA0PUP, welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We'll toss the microphone back to you. KA0PUP, KJ7OMO. I think you might have been on the net in the past, but I don't remember. Microphone is yours. And what pronouns do you use?
Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa. I use he, him pronouns. And I have been on the net once before, about a couple months ago. I was the one that talked about all the cool things that I made, like my fire alarm lamp, if you remember that. And going back to the talk about the metric system, did you know that there is a metric highway in the United States that runs from Tucson, Arizona to Nogales, near the Mexican border? It is a 63-mile, 102-kilometer stretch of highway in America, and it is the only one that uses the metric system. I don't remember why. I think it happened due to one of those bills back in the 70s that was trying to convert things to metric, and like these people kind of jumped the gun, but everyone was so used to it that they just kept it. Yeah, it's Interstate 19 if you want to look more about it. Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa.
Kilo Alpha Zero Papa Uniform Papa Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar returning. I know exactly what you're talking about. Interstate 19 from Tucson, Arizona, over to Nogales, Arizona, and ultimately Nogales, Mexico. I know I'm butchering the name of Nogales. I think it's Nogales or Nogal or whatever the heck. I call it Nogales. Anyways, I've actually been on that highway several times, and yep, I am well aware that it is a metric highway, and that indeed has resulted in from the conversion to metric attempt way back in the 70s, but obviously that did not that did not come about because there was a lot of resistance, but the highway remained a metric highway, though I think they are going to slowly replace all the metric signs over time to US standard signs. I think that's what I heard. I'm not sure if they're actually going to do it or if they've already done it or what. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I have been on that highway, and yep. It was confusing, though. It was a confusing highway for me, because I've never learned the metric system, but anyways, yeah, Interstate 19. Anyways, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the net. Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in? Come now with your call signs, please. Okay, Tony. Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss that very hot microphone back to you.
Oscar, VK2WAY. Yeah, seems to still not coming in on TMR, so I might investigate further. Leave me out for the moment while I do. Back to you, KJ7 Elmo, VK2WAY.
Alright, Tony, hopefully you squash that bug. Well, pup. It's your turn again. KA0PUP, KJ7OMO.
Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa. I don't know if you do remember, but I was here a couple months ago talking about all my projects, and I remember you affectionately liking my call sign. Keep saying like, "What is the puppy barking now?" And I remember that just being a fun time. So things that have happened to me since then, just catching up with life. I have a new job. I am working as a tech assistant at an elementary school, and I am loving that. I just recently got back from vacation from Florida, and I did some firsts there that I have never done before, like parasailing and being in a helicopter. Today I watched a Zoom concert for one of my favorite musicians, Stephen Page, formerly of Bare Naked Ladies, and he shouted me out because I'm a new subscriber to his Patreon, so that was pretty fun. What else is happening in my life lately, besides the fact that I am positive for COVID still, which kind of sucks, but I've been managing. I've been missing all my friends, but best to be safe than being around other people. Haven't really made any new projects lately. I did 3D print some cosplay horns for one of my partners, so that was pretty fun. When I was on vacation, I had a lot of fun at the beach, pool, the parasailing, of course. We rented a pontoon boat one day, and that was all fun. I went down with my cousins for her birthday. We were supposed to see the Blue Angels fly down there, but the Air Force and Naval Aviation base down there is currently closed to civilians, so we weren't able to see that, but we were able to go to the Air Force Armament Museum, which is off the base, which was really neat. What else have I done? I went to another concert about a month ago. I saw George Thorogood and Sammy Hagar. That was pretty fun. That's just what's been happening in my life lately. That's what the pup's been doing. Back to you, KJ7LMO.
Alright, KA0PUP, KJ7LML. Well, sounds like you've had a lot of fun, and congratulations on the new job. Glad that you found a job that you're enjoying, and that sucks that you got the COVID, but I'm hoping that you get over that awful bug, and so things will get back to normal. Definitely will be sending healing energy your way. And yeah, that lamp idea. Yeah, that lamp using a what do you call it? Fire alarm to switch it on and off. That's a pretty cool thing. I've yet to look into it. Got so many other things going. And speaking of other things, haven't really done much, but I did converted a couple of Wi-Fi routers into amateur radio mesh networking devices, and I've got those going and having fun with that. Let's see what else. And yeah, just been doing basic radio stuff here and there. I've managed to get back onto HF by though not as good as I'd like to, but hey, it's better than nothing. I mean, for transmitting, I'm just using my boat anchor, which is extremely deaf, and it's got a bad VFO, but for a VFO, I'm using a cheap Chinese signal generator, which seems to work perfectly fine as a VFO. And then to receive the signals on HF, I'm using a combination of a relay to protect the whatever's connected to it from the transmitter while I'm transmitting, and I'm using an RTL SDR dongle with a HF up converter so that I can hear what's out there. Sure, it's not as sensitive as my IC718 that got permanently destroyed, and it's also not as sensitive as the bone anchor would have been if it wasn't deaf, but hey, it's certainly way better than a deaf rig. So yeah, there's that. And what else is there? Yeah, I've been keeping myself busy. Anyways, let me reset real quick. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in. Come on, people, don't be shy. Pick up those microphones and say hi. Come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically if you'd like to check into the net and join the conversation, or perhaps just be in and out. I don't care. As long as I hear somebody out there, I'll be happy. KJ7OMO standing by for check-ins to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net.
2, Foxtrot, Sierra, Lima, Charlie, VK2, Florida, Sydney, London, Canada, listening.
All right, we have a VK2 Florida something. I did not catch your entire call sign. Could you repeat that one more time, please?
VK2, Florida, Sydney, London, Canada. VK2, Foxtrot, Sierra, Lima, Charlie. The four-letter suffix is a foundation license holder. So I am on the bottom of the free cast license system here in Australia. Back to you.
All right, nailed you that time. Yeah, last time you transmitted the repeater system cut out for a moment, but I got you this time. Victor Kilo 2, Foxtrot Sierra, Lima Charlie. Welcome aboard the net. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs, please.
VK1 TTY over the JED Megalink.
All right, VK1 TTY. Anyone else out there wishing to check in? Come now with those call signs, please. All right, we got 2 people added to the list. I encourage everybody to make your pronouns known so that we can know each other better. Victor Kilo 2, Foxtrot, Sierra, Lima Charlie, Foundation Class License Holder, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. You are the first, I can tell you're first time on here, so we'll toss that microphone over to you, KJ7OMO.
VK2 Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie mobile. Currently in my car heading back from a couple of days of R&R from my work and everything like that. First name this way is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Steve, I'll say it again. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Steve. Currently just driving along. I heard some activity on the repeater here, which is a 70 centimetre repeater in the Paddington area, which is near Sydney. So I'm in the sort of southern suburbs around Miranda and that part of the world, Sutherland, so sort of southern Sydney. Very good to catch up with everybody on the air. I'll hang around for as long as I can access the repeater, because I think I lose it once I get a bit further west out past Parramatta and that, which is one of our major suburbs in the Sydney metropolitan area there. Thanks for letting me be a part of the net this evening as well there. Your time, it's a beautiful 21 degrees at 20 past 1 in the afternoon on Sunday. Back to net control, VK2 Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie mobile listening.
All right, Victor Kilo 2, Fox, Sierra, Lima, Charlie, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike, Oscar. Well, you're in luck. This is a roundtable general conversation rag chew net. So, yeah, we'll be calling you again here shortly. And It's lovely hearing you on this net, and this net happens every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, which equals to Sundays in your early afternoons, I believe, around noon to 1 p.m.-ish, give or take. I'm really horrible at time zone conversions. Yeah, you're more than welcome to stick around, and as for the weather, yeah, you got some really nice weather. It is 36 degrees at the moment, and sorry to my American friends out there, but I am using Celsius this time. 36 degrees in my area at the moment, though it was in the 40s earlier today, so yeah, really hot. But that's desert life for you here in the state of Arizona. Anyways, we're gonna pass that mic over to Victor Kilo 1, Tango Tango Yankee, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Microphone is yours.
KJ7 OMO, VK1TTY. Not much happening down this end of the world. Just currently running both my home call sign and the PRG call sign on ST8 at the moment. But 15 meter seems to be dying out very, very quickly, unfortunately. As for other things that have been happening, not really much. It's been very quiet, but over the course of the weekend, from 23rd, so that would have been Friday and then Saturday. So on Friday, there was a total of 104 QSOs made, with mixed between phone and digital, and then 83 on Saturday. I didn't really do too much on the 24th, but yeah, it was mostly due to the fact about the RTTY worldwide RTTY contest, which I took part in. Made about 67-ish QSOs over RTTY, which was really, really cool. It's good to see that the mode is definitely still not dead, and that people are willing to give RTTY another shot instead of reverting to FT8. Anyway, that's it for me. We'll catch you later down the log. Kilo Juliet 7, Ocean Mike Ocean, from Victor Kilo 1, Tokyo Yokohama. I'll talk to you later, Kimberly. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Alright, VK1TTY, KJ7OMO. Well, thanks for that. You've been marked checked out. Thank you for stopping by, and 7-3 to you. And yeah, as for that HF stuff, awesome sauce. One of these days I ought to get back on HF and see who I can find. But yeah, I'm usually on JS8 call, Juliet Sierra 8 call. That's usually my go-to mode, but I also like using RTTY and Olivia and PSK31 and a whole bunch of other modes besides that. And of course, FT8 and the similar modes there, but I mostly like the modes that you could rag chew on. And of course, I enjoy using single sideband voice as well. But yeah, once again, thanks for stopping by, and 7-3 to you, and we hope to see you again on the net and later down the log as well. We're going to toss that hot microphone back to VK2WAY, KJ7OMO. Take it away, Jared.
Mike Oscar, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee. Well, turn down the echo. Returning. Still not coming in on DMR. which I'm still trying to diagnose. So, g'day, Tim. I think I heard come up there. And everybody else who's joined the net since I've kind of been distracted, and then distraction led to distraction, and while watching logs, started looking at Facebook notifications, and you know how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to go back to working out why I can't TX from TMR. So keep calling me each round, and I will keep diagnosing and try to come up when I get the chance. Alright, so still on VK2ROT, and massive thanks to the Waverley Amateur Radio Society for the use of this repeater. G'day there, Steve. Fellow Sydney sider out there. I am city-based, Chippendale, member of Waverley, and that's how we get used to this repeater for net, among others around the place. One in Bendigo, one in Arizona, and our connected digital modes with use of backbone. Well, anyway, I should go back to what I'm focused on, which is trying to diagnose this problem rather than talk about other things. KJ7OMO and the group. This is Victor Gila 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Jared and Sydney.
Alright, VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Looks like you're still having fun trying to find out where that nasty little gremlin is that's bugging your transmit side of the DMR. And, and in addition to those repeaters, we have one coming soon to Seattle, Washington. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. And we're also looking forward to expanding further from there. Anyways, we'll call you again in a little while, Jared. And in the meantime, let's toss that microphone back to our adorable little puppy, Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours again.
KJ7OMO, this is Kilo Alpha Zero, Papa Uniform Papa. I've been listening while I was fixing a 3D printer troubleshooting here. My print kept attaching, so I was working on that while listening. And going back to all the HF stuff that everyone keeps talking about, I feel like I'm in the minority of I haven't been able to do anything yet. Like my only friend right now is the NOAA radio on my 2-meter radio that I have, and I still love to get the stuff to do HF and long distance, but I just haven't had the time or the space for that. One thing I really want to do though is I found a tutorial on how to use a radio with Echolink by having one Echolink be like a simplex node. And I kind of want to do that with my Raspberry Pi, connect one of my spare valve things to that, so I can actually talk through my actual ham radios to Echolink. I think that would be fun, because I kind of want to do that more than just talking in a headset. It kind of feels like that would be more, I don't want to say more authentic, but this just talking in a headset, it's like just a voice chat like Discord or something. Like I want to feel like that I'm actually using the ham radio, And I also want to eventually do stuff like SSTV, because that's what really interests me. And I'll also eventually get a balloon up using my license, because that's something me and my friend, who also has a license, really want to do together to celebrate me getting my license a couple months ago, but we just haven't had the time together because work gets in the way. But yeah. Oh, another thing that I've been doing lately is I finally dug out one of my other Raspberry Pis that haven't been used for anything, and I turned it into its own dedicated ADS-B transponder, so I don't have to switch between using either GQRX on my Pi or FlightAware between one antenna, so I can always have something constantly monitoring one or the other, so that takes some nice a chunk of resourcing away from one of my pies, so I can always monitor something, because it was always a pain to switch between the two, and now I don't have to because it's two separate things, monitoring two separate things. Not working on any other projects besides trying to troubleshoot my 3D printer right now. I'm trying to print a pegboard mount for one of my digital calipers, but it just keeps falling off the bed for some reason. I think I just need to put on more hairspray. I just heard a big flip in my headset. Whatever I just heard in my headset just completely derailed my train of thought, so I'm going to pass it back to you, KJ7.
Alright, KA0PUP KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, you could definitely hook a Baofeng radio up to a Raspberry Pi and have Echolink going through it. I've actually done it before, and it worked reasonably well. So yeah, it's definitely possible. Though I don't recommend running the Baofeng at full power, because it doesn't take long for the Baofeng radio to overheat to a point that it fries itself to death. I actually blew out on my old BFF 8HP. I had it on full power on a net for a while, and I've actually partially blown the thing out, so now the audio doesn't sound as good as it used to. So yeah, you definitely don't want to run it on full power, as an Echolink node, but if you dial it down to the lowest power you can set it, you should be okay there. And that'll allow the Baofeng to better handle the being a node radio. But yeah, I've done it before. It works reasonably well. And you could either do it with if you want to do it the ghetto way, you can use the Open Repeater software and just use the Raspberry Pi GPIO as the PTT trigger and use Vox as the receive. Or if you get a modified CM1 something based, I forget exactly the chip number, but it's a CM1 something based chip sound card modified, then you could plug that into All-Star and have both All-Star and Echolink running at the same time. So that's another option there. So yeah, there's a couple of options. And you can also hook the Baofeng up to a HRI 200 and run that sucker in analog mode and get on the Yaesu Wires X networks with that. So that's also another option. So yeah, there's several ways you can do it. You can get All-Star, Echolink, and System Fusion on analog radio via the Baofeng. So I've done it before. And so, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna toss that microphone back to Victor Kilo 2, Fox Sierra Lima Charlie Mobile, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Let's see if you're still within range of the repeater.
The control, VK2FSLC Mobile. Sorry I don't have pen and paper at the ready to write down call signs and stuff like that. So in a round type of net sort of setup and that, yeah, between net control and the other stations, that seems to work okay for me at the moment there. Hi. Very good afternoon to VK2WAY out there in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. A little while since I think we've had a chat there, but good to hear you on air as well there. And also good to hear a VK1 from down in our national capital there. Good to hear them as well. As I said, I'm not sure. I'm losing a bit of the receive sort of side of things, but was able to just make out that you threw it back to me there, net control there. So that being said, we're still travelling quite well at the moment. And I'm sort of heading up towards Parramatta now, and then I'll head out west to where I live there. If you do want to look me up, I am on QRZ.com, QRZ.com. You can have a look at what I have going on there as well there. VK, correction, net control, I'll let you take it from VK2FSLC mobile.
All right, Victor Kilo 2, Foxtrot, Sierra Lima Charlie Mobile, K Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Well, I got some good news for you. You are sounding very good into the repeater. No problems copying you at all. Of course, little bit of fading in and out, some picket fencing, some static, but after a while it cleared up and you became crystal clear, so yeah, no problems copying you at all. But yeah, you were 100% readable throughout your entire transmission, so yeah, you're still making it in very good, very well. Alrighty, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for more check-ins. Alright, that was an extremely rough copy, extremely rough, but I believe I heard Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa uniform. Cue us out? Alrighty, you're just barely at the edge of the repeaters, at the repeater there. If you could point your antenna towards the repeater, maybe use a little bit more power, or maybe seek out a higher location, or even a different location, that would definitely help. But I'm not sure, but I think you are Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa uniform, but I am not 100% sure. I've likely copied the call sign wrong, so I'm going to toss it back to you and see if you're able to get into the repeater better. To the station out there, give it another shot. KJ7OMO, standing by.
Uniform, adjust the antenna slightly, back to unit control.
Alright, I heard you much better. Just to confirm, did I copy your call sign correct? Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa uniform?
Out an 8-element 70-centimeter Yagi, which I've got aimed roughly in the direction of the repeater, because my aim is to be able to get into ROT and RPD.
Alright, well, you are making it in this time. Lots of noise, but you are copyable. We'll toss it back to you we'll toss the microphone back to you to get a report from you and see what type of traffic you have.
Just this morning, thanks very much. Just this morning, I popped up to the Trash and Treasure at the Amateur Radio New South Wales Club, picked up a little battery booster, thought I have a bit of a better power supply setup going on, running off batteries, and I've just installed a 2-meter Yagi and a 7 to 10 meter Yagi, so hopefully that'll hit the repeaters in the city a little bit better. That's about it really, just a bit of a pain to get them set up, but they are set up now, and back to unit control. This is VK2 GPU.
All right, awesome. Well, your signal has improved a little tiny bit, still on the scratchy side, but you are copyable, and that Yagi is working for you. We're gonna toss the mic back to Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee Jared Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Hopefully your DMR problem has been resolved.
Dusty VK2 WAY. No, it doesn't seem to be. Whoa. There's a slight delay there too, coming back out on DMR. Yeah, I'm not sure. It does seem to be local though. Everything seems to be connected on the cloud side, so I'm still investigating. Come back to me soon. Enjoying listening to everybody though, and yeah, still listening while I'm investigating. KJ7OMO in the group, the VK2 WAY.
Alrighty, well, hopefully it's not a radio problem. Other than restarting your hotspot, I don't know what else you could try, but hopefully you get that fixed soon. Kilo Alpha 0 Papa Uniform Papa, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the microphone back to you.
KJ7OMO, this is Kilo Alpha 0, Papa Uniform Papa. I don't really got much to say, but it is getting late over here in the Central Time Zone, so I think I'm just going to give you all a 73 and a have a good night, and I'm going to check out. Kilo Alpha 0, Papa Uniform Papa.
Alright, Kilo Alpha 0 Papa Uniform Papa, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Will you have a wonderful night, and 7-3 to you, and thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Sleep well, and we look forward to hearing you on the next net. Victor Kilo 2 Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Microphone is yours again.
Okay, 2 Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie Mobile. Just making my way up through one of the suburbs of south sort of western Sydney, a suburb called Bankstown, and making reasonably good progress. I don't normally travel this way because there is maybe a tad faster way, as in you're using the motorway system, but I'm just trying out something just in case I can get into another direction and what have you there. So at the moment it's working reasonably well for me. Beautiful afternoon. Temperature has actually picked up now to around about 24 degrees Celsius. And very comfortable in the car at the moment. I've got the air conditioning happening. I don't like it too hot or too cold, but just right, if you know what I mean. I hope everything is well over there in your side of the world. I think you said you were from Arizona, if my memory serves me right. So that is, it's either southern or northern on the western sort of side of the United States. If my memory serves me right there. So yeah, I'm travelling around the biggest city in the nation of Australia, and yeah, it's one of its most populous city with about 5 5 million people in an area that covers roughly around about 50 to 60 kilometres from the sea to the foot of the mountains, and around about 50 kilometres from the northern river of the Hawkesbury to the southern sort of areas of Campbelltown and what have you there. So quite a large city, but a lot of little cities and places all in between. We've got everything from industrial areas through to living areas. A lot more high-rise these days because there's a lot more people in the area. So, of course, they're building up at the moment there. Back to you, Dev Control. VK2FSLC Mobile listening.
All right, VK2, Fox, Sierra, Lima Charlie, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Well, you're still sounding fantastic, and Arizona is in the southwest part of the United States, southwestern USA. Yeah, again, you're sounding pretty good, though in case if you do lose the repeater, we do have other ways of getting in. You could find us on Free DMR, TGIF, another DMR network, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, System Fusion, including the Pi-Star networks, and also Yaesu's proprietary WiresX network, we're also on that too, as well as D-Star, M17, NXDN P25, and I think something else if I remember correctly. So yeah, we're on a whole bunch of other networks there. And information about our networks can be found at prideradionetwork.com. That's an easy to remember name. prideradionetwork.com is where you'll find a list of all the access points. Anyways, yeah. And your weather is still very nice at the moment. It'd be nice if we were at that temperature year-round, but, well, here in the desert, it's either too darn hot or too darn cold. There's never a happy medium. So, yeah, I could definitely feel you. When I could definitely understand the getting the thermostat set just right. Anyways, we're gonna toss the microphone over to Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Oh, yeah, and about our repeater, in addition to those digital voice networks, we're also on All-Star, Echolink, and IRLP as well. I forgot to mention those three. All-Star, Echolink, and IRLP are also other ways you can get into our network. We'll try Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform one more time. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. VK2 GPU KJ7OMO. Well, I got bad news for you. You were buried deep in the noise, and I could not understand a word of what you said. Try adjusting your antenna and trying that again. I'll pass the mic back to you.
To Charlie Alpha Bravo on frequency.
All right. Well, Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa uniform. Ray. If you're still listening, sorry, but you're not making it in. We'll check back with you in a little while to see if you're able to get in better. All right. Well, it's that time again. We're at the bottom of the list. I did hear another station out there, so we'll get to you in a sec. Let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And VK2CAB, you are on the list. So anybody else out there wishing to check in, come now with your call signs, please. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar.
This is Victor Kilo 3 Papa Whiskey Juliet. Victor Kilo 3 Papa Whiskey Juliet checking in just for a quick hello. Sorry I'm so late.
Alright, Victor Kilo 3 Papa Whiskey Juliet, welcome aboard. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Come now with your call signs, please. All right, Victor Kilo 2, Charlie Alpha Bravo. Hey, Miss Robin, how are you? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Charlie Alpha Bravo returning. Yes, well as can be. If I whinge about it, but nobody will listen on that one. But good to catch up with you again on this net. And hope I'm making it full quoting. VK2, Charlie Alpha Bravo, bye.
Alright, well you are definitely full quieting. And good hearing you again. Victor Kilo 3, Papa Whiskey Juliet, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Yes, well, good afternoon, Kimberly and everyone else that's listening. VK3 PWJ returning. I'm a bit late checking in today. I've been distracted by gardening as we've finally got some good weather to do some, and it was crying out for some sort of maintenance and help to get rid of weeds. So I've been busy and forgot about the time. As I think other people have said, it's a nice day here in Oz, especially in Victoria I am, so nice and mild today, a slight breeze, and a nice Sunday afternoon. Haven't been doing a lot recently on the radio, just hoping to catch on net different people at different times, so that's good, always good to hear people from all over. And it's quite enjoyable to hear that everyone's doing okay. This is VK3PWJ J, returning to KJ7OMO. Thank you.
All right, VK3PWJ, KJ7OMO returning. Well, it's good hearing you on the net again. And yep. I just now realized that it's almost time for Siobhan's net, but we're gonna go ahead and go into overtime a little bit, and we'll join her a little later on. Back to Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Oscar, Mike Oscar, this is VK2WAY. I'm going to try DMR again. Just give me 1 second.
Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, this is VK2WAY. Am I getting in?
Loud and clear, Jared.
Seemed I required an unplug of hardware and let it sit for a minute and plug it back in. Maybe it's a temperature-controlled oscillator thing, perhaps. Yeah, but it all seems working again now. It was a local problem at least, and not a network problem. That's always a good thing. Been enjoying that. We're a few minutes away from PSRG starting, though, I know. KJ7 or VK2WAY.
Yes, indeed. We are very close to the start of Siobhan's net on the Puget Sound repeater system. But yeah, good that you finally got your problem resolved and we could hear you crystal clear again. We'll send the mic back over to Victor Kilo 2, Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Slowly losing the audio as far as the repeater is concerned there, so I'm not on a really high sort of area at the moment there. But best 73s to everybody out there. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of the nets this afternoon, and I hope we can catch up again at another time there. Best 73s for now. Back to you, net control. VK2 Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie. Just listening only. Just listening only. Best 73s.
All right, Victor Kilo 2, Foxtrot Sierra Lima Charlie. Will a big 7-3 to you, and thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello to us. Be safe out there on the roadways, and this net meets every Sunday around this time, so let me see, it's 9 p.m. local time, so yeah, around this time, 2 hours ago, if that makes sense, is when the net starts. So yeah, feel free to stop by anytime the net is happening. And we also have lots of other ways you can get in on the net as well, not just this repeater that you're on. So if you'd like the full scoop on that, once again, the website to find out all the access points is prideradionetwork.com. Once again, that is prideradionetwork.com. We're going to toss that mic over to Victor Kilo 2, Golf Papa Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Yeah, unfortunately, you are not copyable at all. I mean, I heard, I could hear you trying to go into the repeater. I could hear a voice deep down in the noise, but I am not able to make out anything you're saying. So, unfortunately, you are not making it into the repeater. Sad. But, if you have a WiresX capable radio, and I think there's a WiresX node near you, try connecting the WiresX node to room number 85527. That's 85527 if you have a WiresX capable radio. I believe you do, but I could be wrong. I might be confused with someone else. So I think there's a WiresX node near you, so if you do have a WiresX radio, go hop on that and punch in room 85527. And hopefully you'll get in that way. But yeah, you are not making it into the ROT repeater at all. Anyways, we're gonna toss that mic over to Victor Kilo 2, Charlie Alpha Bravo, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
I'll get the call sign. I will get it eventually. It's a long one. And thanks for letting us back in there. It's on out North Parramatta, my location, and just running a vertical. So for 270. I'm running an ex-commercial radio for the amateur band. Other than that, yeah, thanks for letting us back in, and I'm rather enjoying it, and I'm hoping to do some more upgrades on the system and see if I can get further out. Over.
Yeah, copy that. I don't know what I was gonna say. I just got distracted by a message on Facebook, and that disrupted my train of thought. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, and, shoot, sorry, my train of thought has been completely lost, so I'll toss it over to Victor Kilo 3, Papa Whiskey Juliet, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Thank you, Kimberly, and also thank you for running the net and letting me be part of it today. This is probably my last round. I'll get back to the gardening, make hay while the sun shines, they say, and get some more work done in that regard. But otherwise, all is good, all is well. And we'll hopefully catch up with you on the next net that's around. That's it from me for today. I'll say 73 as well. So KJ7OMO in the group. This is VK3PWJ.
Alright, VK3PWJ, KJ7OMO returning. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and 7-3 to you. And we look forward to hearing you again on the net. Folks, we are at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anyone else out there wishing to check in. All I need is your call signs. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, standing by for more check-ins to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net.
Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike, Oscar, VK2WAY. Just quickly, if we could join the folks over at PSRG just to be over there with them, those friends of ours. For those who did not see the message, I interrupted Kimberly with, we've just received news of Kilo Juliet 7, Kilo India Juliet, one of the regular members of the Puget Sound repeated group that we chat to a lot became a silent key last night. So I believe net has commenced over there. We might want to join them just to listen into respects and things like that. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar VK2 WAY.
All right. Sorry to hear about that news. And yes, we will definitely connect over to Puget Sound, the Puget Sound net very quickly. But before we do that, as a net control operator on another, as a different net control system, let me start that over. There is this other net I sometimes get on, and the net control operators on that net, if they hear a sad news like that, they would make like a final call for that person as a send-off. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to go ahead and make a final call for Shadow there, Kilo Juliet 7, Kilo India Juliet. Kilo Juliet 7, Kilo India Juliet. Kilo Juliet 7, Kilo India Juliet. Don't know who you are, but we hope that your next phase in your journey will be a smooth one, and we hope that shoot, I forgot what to say, but we hope that you get all sorts of awesome QSOs wherever you are. Rest in peace. From Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. All right, we're gonna toss it. We're going to go ahead and make this the final round. So, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, the mic is yours. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
The Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar VK2 WAY returning. That was lovely and moving. Thank you for that. Shadow was a very active member of PSIG, friend of Siobhan's and Jones. Siobhan only spoke to her yesterday, so a lot of people, we might not have been close to Shadow. We are close to a lot of people who were in person. Someone was even still trying to organize a ride for her to an event, I think, tomorrow. So yeah, that's hit that community pretty hard, and there's some close friends of ours I know in that group, and Joan and Lee and all those folks are pretty shaken right now, as you can imagine. But your comment there was moving, and a final call. I'm glad to be. Well, I stood for it. I felt I had to. Thank you. On that note, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, this is VK2 WAY.
All right, VK2 WAY, KJ7OMO. We're going to toss the mic over to, one more time, to VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO.
Yep, I can hear myself on via DMR. I'm not using it strongly. I thought I might be a bit better, but it doesn't seem like I am. For what?
K2 GPU here. That's probably a lot better now. Yeah. I don't know if I've got a wireless capable radio. I don't believe so, nor do I know how to use it. Anyways, my antenna is a bit better pointed towards Paddington now, I think. But, yeah, I have to do some more experiments. It would be nice to have this as a nice little backup for jumping in without having to use the hotspot. Anyways, back to you, Net Control. Thanks very much. This is VK2 GPU.
Alright, well that sounds a heck of a lot better. Hopefully you get the, I forgot you had a DMR thing. Silly me. Yeah, hopefully you're able to get the antenna set up working so you can, make use of VK2 ROT. VK2, CAB. This is the final round. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Mike Oscar, VK2, Charlie Up, brother. Yes, I just, if you can give me a bit of a report what the audio sounds like, please, and if it's coming full quieting or I've still got a little bit of interference on it. VK2, Charlie Alpha Bravo, back to the group.
Alright, you're coming in crystal clear, full quieting.
CAB returning. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. I don't have any idea where this repeating station is, and I'm in North Parramatta, but if I'm full quieting into it, should be not more than, 50 mile away from the QSL.
Well, all I know is the repeater is located deep in the heart of Sydney. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this net. Big 7-3 to everybody that's participated. I'd like to thank all of you for participating and having fun on this net. I also would like to thank the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney, as well as the folks behind the VK3RBL repeater for the use of their systems to carry this net, as well as VK3JED and VK2WAY, as well as the rest of the Pride Radio group for making this net possible. I now return all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their abnormal abuse. Normal amateur use. With a few exceptions. For those of you who will remain connected to the Pride Radio Network and also to VK2ROT repeater, I will now connect us over to the Puget Sound repeater system where a net has been in progress for about 15 minutes now. So we will be joining another net 15 minutes late. Anyways, before I connect to that system, do we have anybody that is wanting to check into Siobhan's net on the Puget Sound repeater system? I will jot your call signs down, and when it's my turn, I will relay your check-ins. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, you can add me to that list on the side for, check me in. I'll come up and, check me in. Thank you. KEJ7 or my VK2WA.
Alright, VK2WAY, I'll put you down for a check-in to Siobhan's net. I know Siobhan's net is extremely hard to get into, so we'll take advantage of my full duplex capabilities, which makes it a breeze for me to check in. So, before I switch the system over to Puget Sound, do we have anybody else wishing to join in on Siobhan's net? All I need is your call signs. Alright, with that, I will now connect us to the Puget Sound repeater system. For those of you who are listening in on the YouTube stream, I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and we'll see you on the next video. 7-3 YouTubers from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. And for those of you who are on this network, we will now hand it off to Siobhan, Kilo Juliet 7, Uniform Zulu, KJ7, Uniform Sierra Zulu, I think, if I got that right. Her call sign is really confusing. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Stand by for the connection to Puget Sound.